Hi you guys, welcome back. So we are back and we are taking a break from Tiffany Henyard.
That's stupid. I don't think you should dare do this.
Yes, but we will get back to her eventually because there's still a lot that she has to answer for as far as I'm concerned, okay? That chapter of accountability is not closed for her yet. But let's get to the subject of today's video.
Not for nothing, but I want to know where all the cholos are at in Los Angeles. 18th Street, Florencia. Where's the leadership at? Because you guys are all about territory, and this is 18th Street, and this is Florencia. You guys tag everything up, claiming hood. And now that your hood's being invaded by the biggest gang there is, there ain't a peep out of you.
This is a vice mayor of a city called Cudahy, and it's in Los Angeles, California. And so just to clear it up, the vice mayor typically serves as the mayor's substitute when the mayor is absent or unable to fulfill their duties, and may also preside over city council meetings. Not sure why this vice mayor was up on TikTok, saying all these things, but she didn't do herself or the mayor any favors, all right? Let's watch a little bit of this video that she made on TikTok, which she did take down. But as we all should know by now, when it comes to the internet, nothing is ever really deleted, right? I think that's a hard lesson she's gonna have to learn. Now let's watch and I'll chime back in.
There ain't a peep out of you. It's everyone else who's not about the gang life that's out there protesting and speaking up. We're out there like fighting our turf, protecting our turf, protecting our people. And like, where you at?
I wanted to do hood rat stuff with my friends.
So what makes this video really alarming is not just the simple fact that she's allegedly sending out a SOS signal to gang members within her city.
And like, where you at?
To take on a vigilante type of stance, okay, against ICE. But I do want to note that she's heavily involved in the school systems in Los Angeles, okay? She's apparently known for being a family woman with extremely high moral values who cares about children. For instance, this is one of the descriptions off the Cudahy government page. Dr. Gonzalez is passionate about creating healthy and safe communities that allow students and families to lead healthy and meaningful lives. In addition to her work with pilot schools, she leads a Safe Passage collaborative in Florence Firestone area, aligning resources and support for LAUSD schools. She looks forward to bringing this experience to the residents of Cudahy.
Bien calladitos, todos los chulitos. I'm like, dude, they're running amok all up on your streets and in your city. And peep, when the big gang guns come in, nothing but like quiet, and we're out here, the regular ones that have never been jumped in, out here calling things out trying to organize people, trying to do the thing. So don't be trying to claim no block, no nothing if you're not showing up right now.
So as we can see from her posts, it's in stark contrast to what she claims to stand for, because now there's this video of her on social media allegedly calling out to the gangs of her city to come and interfere with ICE operations.
So whoever's the leadership over there, just get your members in order.
Now, call me crazy, but I feel like that's the equivalent of inviting the KKK to come and run interference and help out, okay, with black gangs in certain cities. Do you really think that their violence would be only directed towards the black people in gangs? Or do you feel it would somehow spill over into the everyday citizens and innocent bystanders that are also black? And so just so you guys are not saying, oh, she's race baiting, she's trying to make this about black and white and blah, blah, blah.
Bro, I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. Something is wrong here.
Thank you very much.
Give it away.
Well, let's compare it to inviting the mafia in to handle certain businesses that you feel like shouldn't be selling certain items. You're inviting a violent element into your city. You're trying to wake them up and incite violence, in my opinion. And this is what she's allegedly accused of doing. And some of the residents there are a little uneasy about this post as well.
Cudahy's vice mayor facing blowback for controversial comments made in a video she apparently posted and then deleted from social media.
Well, in that video, she calls on local gangs to fight back and reclaim city streets in the wake of immigration raids.
And this vice mayor tonight, Pat, and Cudahy is not speaking with us. We tried reaching out to her. The Department of Homeland Security says the two gangs that she was reaching out to in this video are among the most vicious. Gonzalez's rhetoric in the social media post is drawing strong reaction in Cudahy.
She's just talking like insane.
Nancy Delgado grew up in this area and knows the gangs Gonzalez was referencing. She says Gonzalez's words could further inflame tensions.
Especially with everything that's going on right now with the raids and ICE and her trying to start something else.
So I feel that for her to make that type of statement, she's probably experienced the fallout from gang violence personally or knows someone who experienced the aftermath of gang violence. And it just astounds me that this vice mayor not only felt comfortable encouraging these gangs to come out and protect their block.
Bien calladitos, todos los chulitos. I'm like, dude, they're running amok all up on your streets and in your city.
But she's also using gang language like tagging, rep your set, being jumped in. I mean, you would think she personally knows and interact with gang members on a regular basis. The way she just got on social media all comfortable and smooth with the lingo, like, I'm pretty sure she knows some gang members. Now, I'm not accusing her of being connected or involved with them, but I mean, if you live in a city where there's active gang members, it's inevitable that you're going to run into them and you're going to have to deal with them and coexist with them. And even if that's the case, and of course she can't help it, even though she wasn't born there, but she's lived there for the past 12 years. It's important to remember that when people choose to take on these leadership roles and their voice actually matters, they need to choose actions and words that won't incite violence and make their community worse off in the end. So along with this post of her saying all this stuff on Facebook, there was a mix of reactions. Some people were in support of what she was saying and some people were not. One commenter wrote, "I'm with her," and so they're in full support of what she said. And someone else wrote, "Exactly, show up, fight for your hood." Someone else wrote, "Desperate times call for desperate measures." Can't blame her. I mean, and honestly, a lot of people just pop off in the comment section without even thinking about what they're saying and like the reality of what would happen if all these gang members just came out of nowhere and just start approaching the situation how they normally approach situations, which is very violently with no regard to human life. Whether it's an innocent person or a rival gang member, they just don't care.
I want to do it because it's fun. It's fun to do bad things.
Okay, let's read one last comment of someone who was in agreement with her statements. "I don't believe she ever asked anyone to come out bearing arms. She simply said, 'Where are you? Why aren't you in a physical form protesting with everyone else?' She said to the gang members, 'If you have so much pride representing your neighborhood, your gang, then have that much pride to be out here protesting and support.' Never once did she say, 'Come bearing arms.'" Oh, you guys, such wise words spoken, right?
You smart.
So yeah, that's what I think about when I think about gang members. I think about them coming, protesting peacefully. They don't believe in using guns or violence or any type of brute force to get their point across. No, when have they ever done that? Ridiculous, right? That just shows you how ridiculous it is and how people really don't think when they write these comments on social media. Usually it's a lot of reactionary comments, people talking out the side of their necks. That's why you have to take everything that you see and hear on social media with a grain of salt, especially with AI really taking over nowadays. You really have to be careful what you consume and what you choose to believe. Don't believe the hype. Because ultimately the choice is up to you, you guys. You have the choice to choose if you want to believe the first things you hear about situations, or if you want to do some more looking around, your own investigations. I mean, it's really up to you if you want to just take things and run with it. All right, but let's get back to it because we're going to get to some commenters who were actually against what she was saying. So this first commenter who condemned her actions said, "Sounds like treason to me." Another person said, "Wait, suddenly the street gangs are supposed to be the good guys?" And I agree with that. Sounds like this person has a little bit of sense. They're basically saying, so we're supposed to trust them to do the right thing, right? Yeah, no. Someone else says, "Why should gangs fight for their turf, as you call it? Their financial interest is not being affected. They care less about what goes around politically. Their turf is already generating income and it's under control. I don't think they want to create any chaos amongst gangs just to please the lefties. How is this going to help them? For you to push war is not ethical." Now, I will have to agree with this comment because when has enacting gang violence ever helped anyone? Ever?
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh?
I mean, come on. And it's not just ICE that would be affected if these gangs did come out and involve themselves with the situation, but innocent bystanders and citizens would be affected too, because most gangs have no type of boundaries when it comes to getting their targets, okay? They don't go by the law, so why would you want to encourage them to run amok through the streets where the everyday citizens have to go to work and their kids play? These are really reckless statements that she made, and I believe she should have some consequences from them. Also, what caught my attention, someone in the comments made implications that she could be playing both sides.
Wait a damn minute. What?
Because let's think about it. What would happen if these gang members did answer this so-called SOS call and begin to quote-unquote protest against the ICE agents? Chances are most of them would just get locked up because they probably have records. And if they don't have records yet, they will after they assault an ICE agent.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
So it really wouldn't be a good idea on the gang's part to involve themselves in this fight. Their priorities are what? Turf, get back, respect, earning respect, making money however they can. They're not interested in fighting for any type of political party, agenda, and they're definitely not interested in uplifting their neighborhoods, okay? If anything, they're the main people that will go out and terrorize their own neighborhoods. So I don't know what type of narrative she's trying to spin into making it seem like gangs could actually contribute anything good to this whole situation.
Because you guys are all about territory, and this is 18th Street, and this is Corrente. You guys tag everything up, claiming hood. And now that your hood's being invaded by the biggest gang there is, there ain't a peep out of you. It's everyone else who's not about the gang life that's out there protesting and speaking up. We're out there like fighting our turf, protecting our people. And like, where you at? Bien calladitos, todos los chulitos. I'm like, dude, they're running amok all up on your streets and in your city. And peep, when the big gang guns come in, nothing but like quiet, and we're out here, the regular ones that have never been jumped in, out here calling things out, trying to organize people, trying to do the thing. So don't be trying to claim no block, no nothing. If you're not showing up right now, trying to like help out and organize, I don't want to hear a peep out of you once they're gone, trying to claim that this is my block. This was not your block. You weren't even here helping out. So whoever's the leadership over there, just can get your members in order.
I honestly think she should be removed from her position due to the recklessness of her comments. I mean, because as I mentioned before, they go by certain codes and, they live by certain rules. And one of them is respect.
Stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more. Put some respect on my name. When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
And if they were to feel like their respect is being challenged by this vice mayor with her comments, what do you think their response is when they feel disrespected? They're going to respond violently. That's the nature of a gang member. All right, we're going to go National Geographic right now. Some of gang members' main priorities is protecting their turf, maintaining respect, and generating revenue within their crew. Upon further researching the gang members and their natural habitats, we also found in order to get into a gang, there's a process called jumping in. This jumping in phase can also be seen as a form of street baptism. It's in essence a ritual ceremony for individuals being initiated to show commitment to the gang. While jumping in is a common method, it's important to note that other initiation rituals exist, such as committing a crime or being blessed in due to family connections. But generally, being initiated into a gang usually involves undergoing a violent initiation ritual involving being physically beaten by other gang members to gain entry and prove worthiness. All right, that's enough of that. I hope you guys like my little National Geographic voice explaining a little bit about gang life. So before I head out, I want to get your opinions down below. How you feel about this vice mayor allegedly sending out a SOS signal to the gang members of her city to
Come out to play.
Let me know in the comments down below. And once again, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave it a like. And if you're new here, subscribe.